show, pag-uusapan naman natin ngayon, how do Filipino-Americans create or articulate identities through cultural production? Ito po yung pag we all get together and we create a show. A lot of people call it the SPCNs, right? And this is very popular in the college circuit. Lahat ng mga Filipino-Americans who've never been exposed to what it means to be Filipino for the first time discover it at the university setting. And I was able to do an SPCN sort of special here on Kababayan Today. I interviewed these kids and they said, well, my parents never talked to me about it. We never talked about it. So it's up to us parents to sort of get the conversation started early. So yeah, let's talk about that. JP, how do we articulate this through production?
Well, definitely, I think it's a matter of, again, taking the many, many diverse strands that make our community, and you'll never get all of them, of course, but collecting them into, for example, the SPCNs, which are so important because oftentimes students are not going to take an ethnic studies class, an Asian American studies class, but they'll have the friend who says, oh, well, why don't you come to this PCN? And that'll start a form of consciousness about our history and our struggles and our past that can contribute to the YouTube celebrities we see and productions like that.
I mean, these are like 300-400 kids that get together and they fill Royce Hall. And I'm only talking about, you know, SPCN here at UCLA, but each sort of college in Southern California and around America has their own Filipino club. Were you witness to any of this when you were at the...
At UCLA?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, there were PCNs every year. And
were you part of it?
Well, I was a graduate student in the dance department. So they really wanted to be in the studio, because the parking lot is not such a fun place to rehearse, but they're always in lot 4. Like lot 4 is the rehearsal space.
That's right.
So an interesting relationship to dance, because there's only a handful of Filipinos who are actually dance majors, but they're all dancing in the quad, right?
Yeah, but that's because, you know, the Filipino parent doesn't want their kid to major in dance.
Right.
Diba? It was such a struggle and a sacrifice to get to America. You have to be a professional.
But now that I'm here, my mom will be okay with it. I'll be like, see, Mom, I'm with G.
That's right. That's funny. But Carol, you've been in the academic setting. You teach these students that are actively wanting to know more, are hungry, with hearts open.
And my son participated in PCN. I've been watching PCNs, but I've never screamed as loud as when I saw him dancing. It's like, pero that was sort of an epiphany also na nakita ko how hard they work. Every night until midnight, they're practicing in a place that's not usually where dancing should be practiced.
Diba sa parking lot nga?
They claim these spaces nga, no? And the thing is, as an educator, I also found that many students end up in academic probation, because they would rather spend the time learning these steps. And it was, I felt sad, you know? So I found out na, sabi ko, there has to be a way we can give them credit, academic credit. So I called Linda Maram at Long Beach, and she introduced me to, I forget his name, but we talked about having a class or using one of our classes and giving them academic units or credit for doing PCN. So I started doing that at Fullerton, where their final project is to do PCN. We have our academic discussions in class. So to just do PCN is good, but you need to go beyond that. So that's why I thought that if I combine that with the class, the Filipino-American immigrant experience, they get to know that history.
That's right. It comes
At the
full
same
circle.
time, they're able to practice the culture that they're learning. So wala nang finals, wala nang ano. If
Performance
they do that,
na lang.
performance. And it kept them from failing other classes because I was able to release them from that requirement in my class.
But you know, a lot of parents are going to say, ay, ano bang ginagawa nyo dyan sa koleyo? Ang mahal-mahal ng bayad namin, nagsasasayaw lang kayo dyan. Diba? What can you say to parents like that have this sort of notion about these SPCNs?
In a way, kung kausap ko na yung mga parents, sabi ko, alam ho ninyo, ang ginagawa ng mga bata, kasi hindi nila alam kung anong Pilipino. Samantalang when they are out in the outside world, no? Let's just call Jenna in Los Angeles, in public, in the various places in LA. Sinasabi sila, oh, what are you? Hindi ka naman Amerikano, no? Even though you're American born, no? Hindi ka naman Amerikano. So, where are you from? Blah, 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 blah. And it starts them to think, I hope, sino nga ba talaga ako?
Yes, who am I?
Yeah, who am I?
What is my
Back to the
identity?
question, right, what is my identity? And this is the function of all of those. Is in addition to what they learn at home, talagang they learn more about, appreciate their culture.
Yes,
stuff.
but that's given if they are actually learning at home. But for the
That's
most
right.
part, when I talk to these kids in college, they're not learning anything at home. Their idea of being Filipino is, oh yeah, we have a pancit party, and you know, mom and dad will bring a lot of friends, and we'll have adobo, and that's it.
So it's a caricature of,
Yes.
of the...
You know, it's very superficial.
Right.
So when we return, pag-uusapan naman natin, how do spaces like, you know, these big festivals like FPAC, you know, and if you've never been to FPAC, you have to experience it to understand that it can be a very transformational event. When we return on Kababayan Today.